I got my domino done here for this one piece. And what I've decided to do is glue this together and then flip it over. Well, I'll show you what I'm going to do, but I'll flip it over and then just edge glue the other piece using these spacers to get the fit I want. Everything feels good here. Give this about an hour to set up. Get everything nice and flush. I shouldn't say it. I rarely work with pine, and it's amazing how much the glue gets sucked up into this wood, even on the long grain edges. But I've got enough glue, I believe. I put glue on both pieces and had a little squeeze out. So okay. This is my flush end. All right, I've got this part of the shelf. Could be the top, or well, it will be the top. It's got a bit of a cup in it, and I'm thinking that I'd rather have it going this way rather than the other, because I can somewhat sand that flush or straight to take that out of there. So that's what that's the reason I'm doing it that way. And then I'm gonna make sure that this gets lined up nice and flush. I think I'm ready for glue here. Okay, so this side is up. All right, that was pretty easy to do. I've got it all flushed up. The rest can be done with sanding. I'm just a little high right there. Not. There. Now, what I've discovered here, if this is going to be my right-hand side, which I think it will be, I've got it nice and square this way on the top, but on the bottom, I've got a gap. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get this. It's relatively close, but when I push on this corner down here, that's how much of a gap I have down below. So I've got to get these squared up, and I'll have to do that on the table saw, I think. I'll just set my saw up, make a little skim cut, and get these all lined up the way they need to be. I think this might be of some interest. When I glued up the last one, that shelf slid on me a little bit, so I've got to true it up. Now, this time around, I clamped one of these right angle brackets on this end and the other. You can't see the other end, but when I drop it in there, that kept that shelf or piece from shifting one way or the other, and keeps it better in line with the bottom piece. So that worked out pretty slick, kept everything, I won't say it's perfectly aligned, but it is very, very close. So I'm happy about that little change that I made. Anyway, this 8-footer is glued up, ready to go, or curing. So I'll give this one about an hour and then come back down and remove the glue and clamps and be ready to true up the ends before I apply the caps. Alright, here goes nothing. I got my 80-tooth blade in, and I've got this to just make just a kiss cut here. This is going to be my top side, I believe. I'll look it over one more time, but regardless, they both have to be squared up so that these two boards are in line. Let's see how well I can do here with this first cut. I got the top board, but not the bottom one. I'm just a hair off here. So I've got to go over about maybe half the width of the blade. I hope. Yep, that's good and square. Alright. I also had this piece in here to keep this from vibrating, and that worked out pretty well. I'll flip it. Upper end. Now this side is going to take very little, I believe, out. let's do this one. Nice. So now it's square this way and this direction. I'll do the same thing to my my other one, my 8-footer back here. Decide which will be the top, and then put a cap on the right end. All right, I've capped this end. And it's going to have to be like that. I've got glue from about here all the way around, and a domino here, here, and here. This one is glued in. These two are not. These are tight settings on the cap end and loose settings here. This one is loose as well, but there's glue in there, so that'll hold it. Yeah, I have to allow for the wood movement here. So I'm going to I'll flush this up, and that should be good. I got to flush up this end as well, but I've got to give this joint some time to cook. So I'll give this a good hour, come back and flush everything up. I purposely made this a little bit proud so that I can hand plane this to the thickness. The bottom is really close, but it'll still take a little sanding. But all in all, this will be a done deal. So I'll do the 5.5 foot one the same way, but these shelves now are pretty much good to go. So thanks for watching, and maybe I can get an update from my daughter. Once she gets these hung up, maybe I can get a couple pictures and show you how they look on the wall. Anyway, thanks again for watching.